Hello happy crafters, welcome to my live studio. I hope you're all well and I hope you're all settled and ready for some fabulous demonstrations. For those of you that don't know who I am maybe, my name is Toni. I am a guest presenter on Create and Craft and I am a studying watercolourist, artist, and I just love to paint and draw. So with my products, I hope that you'll be able to pick them up at home and create some amazing looking artwork with little to no effort. So if you're watching on YouTube, please drop any comments below. If you've got any questions, we will answer those for you. And if you're watching on Facebook or commenting on Facebook, please click the like and share so we can broadcast this out to as many people as we can and everybody gets a little bit of inspiration to create some beautiful cards, mixed media or home projects. A couple of things I wanted to tell you about today then is tomorrow I am live back on Create and Craft at 10 o'clock in the morning and 5 o'clock tomorrow. So we will be revisiting some of our earlier products and we will be doing some more demonstrations and showing you how you can get the most out of your stamps and products. So also we've got some stock updates to let you know as well. We've got some of our infamous stamps back in stock and I know a lot of you have been waiting patiently for these. So throughout the course of this live studio I am going to be showing you some of the stamps that have come back in stock. So if you like what you see and you have been waiting, they are now available on the website. They are some of our earlier stamps. And I've also got something very exciting to tell you about also. But before I do that, I'm just going to run through the stamps that have come back in stock. So if you have been waiting patiently, you can jump on the website and get them. If you've already got them or you're not needing to buy anything, please just put your feet up and enjoy the inspiration and demonstrations. And maybe today, tomorrow, whenever, you might pick up a brush or a stamp and create something great. So there's a couple of stamps I wanted to show you which are back in stock. We have got 3 of our A5 and 1 of our A6 stamps. So I'm just going to show you which ones are back in stock and what you can create with those. So we have one of the A6 stamps back in stock and it's this beautiful one, Flowers for You. Now the sentiment here is upright, but when you turn it round here you can see it's a beautiful floral image with some Zentangle leaves around, some splatter effect. This is it does look quite small on the camera, but honestly it's not. You can create some amazing looking cards with this one and I am going to demonstrate this one. But as you can see here, there is a red one here. So this is mounted onto a black 8x8 card. The image itself has been coloured with a red alcohol marker and the Flowers for You has just been popped through in gold embossing, so you can see that there. It's a beautiful looking card. And again, little to no effort, you know, just stamped and coloured. So just to give you that little bit of confidence to maybe pick up a paintbrush or pick up an alcohol marker and really just have a go. But if you are not wanting to colour or paint, then we have one here which is just stamped in black, popped in a frame, and again you've got Flowers for You within there. It's a great looking gift if you don't want to make cards. So we've been waiting a while for this one, so that's that one. We have our beautiful one, so this is our lamination one, 2-part stamp. So for the people that are tuning in for the first time, our lamination stamps basically means it comes with 2 parts. So I watercolour the images, I draw a pencil outline and then they are separated and that's what gives you this beautiful looking stamp. So this is where you would ink it up in colour and maybe spritz it with some water and stamp it out, and then this is where you would add the detail or the outline. And this is truly an amazing stamp, is this one. So this is the stamp here. So the blue part here is where it's being inked up in blue and stamped, spritzed with water and stamped out. And then the outline has been added in the same colour. And then I just put some splatter around there. So you can see from there the two as an entity. But they are truly lovely and quick, instant, arty looking cards. So then we have our lovely, same concept. So this is a lovely Amazing Daisy one. So I'll just turn this around for you. So again, your 2 parts. So this is the one you can ink up with colour, and then your outline. Don't be scared to experiment with colour. You can put various colours on here, spray with water, stamp it out. You can make a gorgeous card. And then the unique sentiments in here are made in such a fashion that they creep around the side of the image. So a little bit different. And then last but not least, we have the wine glasses. So I have popped a picture on Facebook already using this one in a different way. So this one has been stamped and then masked off, and some flowers have been coming out of the top. I can't take credit for that sample. That sample was made by a lady called Barbara. But if you are on the Eureka fan page, I encourage you to go and check out Barbara's sample with that one, because it is truly a unique and beautiful card, totally stepping out of the box. But going back to how it was made, this is the watercolour part, so that gives you the red wine, white wine spill within. You get your wine ring, and then you get some beautiful sentiments. A drink a day keeps reality at bay. Wine flies when you're having fun. You've got Mr. and Mrs. in there, you've got celebrate, and you've got cheers in there. So, you know, multifunctional, you could probably use it for a lot of cards. I have just got the one sample here. So you can see this is being made by the lovely Linda, and the outline's been heat embossed. If you can see that, there you go. And then the wine has been popped in there. I don't think that one was sprayed, I think that was just stamped solid, so you get more of a crystal clear look with that one. But if you wanted it to look more watercoloured, then you could spritz with some water. So just a beautiful looking wedding card, celebratory card. So there we go. So let's get on to some other things. So I'll just clear my station. So the exciting thing I wanted to tell you about today was that if you are a member on Create and Craft, you've got something coming amazing. And when I say amazing, what I mean by that is we are doing the September members gift. Now, this is a big deal. It's a big deal definitely to us and me as a company, and I hope that you as a customer at home will be able to accept what we've put forward. And when I say that is, I was asked to do the members gift about 4 or 5 months ago, so I sat down and I decided to draw something unique, something a little bit different, and it's come to fruition, and the drop for the members gift is the 10th of September. Now, if you are a Create and Craft Club member, you will be able to get the members gift for the cost of postage, which is only £2.99. You cannot get this stamp anywhere else, okay? I have been informed that Create and Craft have possibly never done an A5 stamp set. Traditionally to us, if you came to our website and bought one of the stamp sets, you'll be paying £17.99. So if you're not a member, become a member. And if you are a member, please take advantage of the A5 stamp set for only £2.99. Please share it, let all your friends know about it. And, you know, if you sat at home thinking, well, you know, a stamp for £2.99, there has been no corners cut. In fact, I've actually taken the extra step to make sure it's been extra special. So the packaging is different and the cost is completely different. And it's me just basically saying, you know, thank you to everybody at home who's either purchased our stamps in the past, is just new to Stamps by Me, or has never tried Stamps by Me and thinking, do you know what, I am going to give them a try. You will not be disappointed. So, you know, if I'm completely honest, we've done the members gift at a complete loss, but on the other hand, which makes me smile, is we're saying thank you. So please go and make the most of it. It will be in the Create and Craft magazine also. You will be able to see the inspiration and the sample cards in there. So if you get the stamp home, you won't be left hanging, you won't be left wondering what to do with it. There is inspiration in there, and I'm going to do a demo with it today as well for you, so you can understand and learn how to get the absolute most out of this stamp. So I'm just going to show you what the stamp is. Here we go. How exciting is this? So it's in completely different packaging. I wanted you to get something extra special at home. So it comes within probably our regular die packaging, but it's way bigger. And the image on the front is what the gift is going to be. And the image on the front is not true to size. So what happens is you get this beautiful floral image here, and you get your 5, and I say 5, large sentiments. So I'm really proud of this set, and I knew that if you've never used Stamps by Me products before, then if you did spend the £2.99 and you did try them, then you would really be blown away by them. So I'm just going to show you the stamp on its own, because it isn't true to size on the packaging. It's actually a really, really big stamp. So can you see that one there? Let's just turn it this way. So there we have, so you've got this big floral embellishment here, which obviously is like nearly 3/4 of the way. This is a 5x7 stamp set, not your small A6s, this is 5x7. Birthday wishes, made with love, happy hugs, congratulations, and have a fab day. So maybe you would say traditionally a birthday one, but congratulations could be used for so many things. So you can see there, and the floral element of it here, I wouldn't say I was just doodling. I wanted to create more of a border stamp on this occasion. So you all know that I love my flourishes and my bouquets. So for this one, I wanted you to have something like a border where you can do it at the top of a card, bottom of a card. Just create something absolutely amazing. And what I've done is I've done a cluster of flowers, so there is varying flowers in there. So you can pick out the colours, do them in whatever you like, just enjoy them. There are no wrong ways to use these stamps. Use them however you wish. So if you're not a member on our Create and Craft Club page, sorry, not on our Create and Craft Club page, if you are a member on our Facebook page or our Eureka fan page, please go, have a look what's on there, check out the inspiration from all the other lovely crafters that we've got, across the board, across the country, even in USA, we've got people posting their makes on there as well. So if you have any of our products, visit the Eureka fan page and see what's happening, because it's a wonderful page to be. The ladies that are there are lovely, and the design team are there to help you should you require any help. Okay, so let's crack on then. I am going to use this one for my first demonstration. So as I said, you can't get it anywhere else. You can't even get it from me. It is solely Create and Crafts members gift. So if you've got some friends who might want one, £2.99, great for Christmas gifts and things like that. And as I say, it comes in the beautiful packaging as well to just to add extra speciality to it. So what I'm going to do first off is I've just got a piece of white cardstock here, and first of all I am going to show you how amazing this stamp is when you stamp it out. So I'm just going to get my stamp, put the new one away. So I've got a piece of white cardstock here, and I'm just going to pop it in my Eureka. I've just got a piece of white paper in the back there because I don't want the ink to go onto my mat because it's quite a large stamp. So I'll just pop that in there like so. So I'm just going to remove the stamp from the carrier sheet. Now the carrier sheets are printed, so when you've used it, pop it back on the carrier sheet and you know that it's protected, and you will always go back and use it. So first off, what I'm going to do is I'm going to place the stamp across the top of the card. So it overhangs both sides, but across just the top of the card like so. Let's move my magnet. And because we're going to watercolour this image, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the correct ink. So a little tip for you then, this is the ink that I'm using here today. So if you are watercolouring, you need to use an opposite ink, and if you are using your alcohol markers, you would use a water-based ink, so you would swap them out. Whatever medium you are colouring in, you need to have the opposite with your ink pad. So this one is the one I use probably 90% of the time because all I do is watercolour. So this is your VersaFine Black Onyx ink. So I'm just going to ink this one up and show you how amazing this little border stamp is. Well, little, I shouldn't say little really, but it is huge. So this is my Eureka watercolour tablet. You don't need a stamping aid to use these stamps. You can use your traditional acrylic blocks, or if you've got another stamping aid, please don't be governed by what I'm using. Use what you have at home. So I'm just going to do that one again because I'd like it to be even brighter. There we go. So then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move this magnet and I'm going to turn my artwork around and I'm going to stamp on the opposite side of the page. But I'm just going to pop it in and just see where the stamp sits rather than take the stamp back off the door. I'm just going to move my artwork up slightly. Yep, that's fine. So I'll just hold my artwork in place. Make sure it's right, that's right. Then press it back down. So I have an image across the top and the bottom. So I'm just going to ink this one up again. I'll do it one more time. So this image would lend itself really well to black and white if you wanted to, but I am going to just do a bit of technique based because I know that you all like to tune in for ideas and something a little bit different. So there we have, just move that to one side. So there you can see there the beautiful stamp there. It's absolutely gorgeous. So I'm just going to blast that off just so I don't get a mucky fingerprint because I'm very good at that. So to create the beautiful card that I'm going to make, what I need to do is I just need to fussy cut around this edge and around this edge so it gives my card some dimension. So I'm just going to quickly fussy cut around one side just to show you. Just for a little bit of difference really, because albeit I love my flat cards, you know, sometimes we do have to step out of the box and think about how can we make this a little bit different to normal. So that's one end there, you can see that there. So I'm just going to repeat the process over on the right hand side. So there's several cards in the Create and Craft magazine that's coming your way on the 10th. So if you do manage to get the stamp, I encourage anyone to have a go at the cards that are in there. They are very simplistic cards to do, but so it might help you step out of the box, or if you've become a little bit stale, it might help you think differently about using your stamps. So I'll just tidy my station. So what we're going to do is I have some watercolour pens here. Some varying colours. You can use any pens you've got at home, pencils if you wish, in your stash, but I prefer to use watercolour ones. So I've just got a varying of colours here, and the key to getting a loose looking watercolour image is leaving white spaces. Now it is really difficult to leave white spaces, but if you can do it, you do get a really good result. So I'm just going to start out with this pink one, and I have some clean clear water and a small brush, and we'll start with this flower here. I'm just going to do the feathering from the centre, just following the black lines that I've drawn. And I'll just move on to this little side one as well. And this one. I'm not going to do them all in pink, and I'm not going to do them all live on here, but I just want you to see that leaving white spaces really does make your image pop. So clean clear water, and all I'm going to do is I'm just going to drop the water on, but I'm not going to take the colour right to the edge of this petal. I'm going to stop before I get to the edge, and likewise with this one. Can you see that? Just leave white spaces. It truly is key. So that's that one. So let's go with this one. If you overthink it, you won't be able to do it. So that's pink. So let's now go with a different colour. And we'll just drag this one out, leaving a bit of white space in there, so I'm not going to do it all. And I'll show you a leaf. So a little bit of colour at the starting point of each petal or leaf, and then I'm just going to drag it out. I'm not going to take it all the way to the tip. Can you see that there? So you can see here you've got like it gives an instant like light and shade, and here it gives instant light and shade. Don't overthink it. Okay, so I'll just do one more. We'll do this one in purple. We'll do the centre one in purple. So where the lines are, I'm just going to put some colour. Clean, clear water. I'm just going to circle motion, but I'm not going to go right to the edge. If you are a precise colourist and you do like to go to the edge, you can take it to the edge. There are no rules. This is just the way I find easier to do it, and I think it gives great looking results. So, but you do what you love at home. So ahead of time, so that's when I've just started very, very quickly there. But ahead of time, I did this one. Okay. So you can see there the colours. So easy, bit of colour on there, and if you look on these ones, I didn't even colour them all with the colour. So the fussy cut around the top and then around the bottom. So let's get this mounted onto a card. So ahead of time, I've popped some 3D foam pads behind, and you know, I could have put this onto some black card and created a shadow, but I really felt this technique lends itself to a basic white on white and no colour, no distraction, no glitter card like me, you know what I'm like. So I've left it white. So there is no right or upside down way, so I'm just going to stick it straight onto here. So there you can see straight away you've got like dimension, you can see here. Okay, so for the colouring of this one, I'm using a size 4 brush. So in your stash at home, always have a size 4 or a 6, a size 12 and a flat brush, she says. Here we go, I'll just show you this one. And a flat brush for your background washes. 3 brushes are a must. Please don't go out and buy expensive brushes though, you don't need to. There are good ones on the market. So I've stuck that on there and you can see the dimension. So it looks amazing already. So I'm just going to show you some of the lovely sentiments stamp and how big they are, should we say. So I'm just going to put this back on my carrier sheet. Not that one. Oh, here it is. There we go. So getting some of the, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp some of the large sentiments and just show you them all. So I've just got this bit of scrap paper here, look, we'll pop it in here just so you can see how lovely these are. So the watercolour card, for that technique you've just seen there, that is just white cardstock, nothing special. And the reason why I can use white cardstock is because I'm not flooding it. I'm just adding a little bit of water and giving it a little bit of movability on there. I'm not painting backgrounds and I'm not adding lots of detail, so normal cardstock. But if I was painting a background or something, I would use maybe an Archer's cold press watercolour thing, paper, card, or we have some of our own watercolour card coming pretty soon as well. So, but this one is 250 GSM, just general white cardstock. As long as you don't flood, you will be fine. So I've just got all the sentiments on there because I'm going to stamp them all at once just to show you how gorgeous they are. They're quite flourishy as well, which is really, really good. So I'm just going to ink them all up and hopefully we'll be able to get them all stamped in 1 or 2 passes. So the card that I'm making, the size of this card that I'm making is a 5x7 top folding note card. And the top folding note cards are coming as well. So, and they are coming pretty soon as well. So there you can see how beautiful they are. I mean, this Have a Fab Day is absolutely huge. Happy Hugs, birthday wishes, made with love, which is a lovely one, and then a delicate congratulations across the bottom. So ahead of time, let's just clean this off because it will interfere with my next demonstration if I don't. So just pop them all back on the carrier sheet. So thank you for tuning in. If you are watching from somewhere hot or sunny, please pop a comment and let us know where you're watching from. We like to know who's watching and where. And if you've got any questions, obviously if you have got lots of questions, and that's absolutely fine. I will answer them best I can for you. But don't forget to like and share so all your crafty friends can watch, and I would hate for anybody to miss out on this fabulous members gift just for the price of the £2.99 postage. So what cardstock for your 10th fold cards, please? So 250 GSM, you can do it from that. They are a good weight. It will hold 250 GSM plus, because if you don't really, I think what happens is the card sinks because they're too light, particularly if you are matte and layering on there. So 250 white cardstock and above. So let's just move this one out of the way. So the card that we just popped onto there, as you can see there. So ahead of time, I stamped birthday wishes just onto some white. I didn't again give it a border, just for a little bit of difference. No, normally I would probably pop it on some glitter card or black cardstock to make it pop, but I really wanted to keep this quite stylish. So you can just see the true beauty of the border stamp. So I'm just going to pop it off to the right a little bit. I'm not a symmetrical person really, so I do like things a little bit quick. So there we have one simple card, two pieces of cardstock, a small piece, finished card. So you can see the dimension there. Can you see that one there? Nope. There we go. So let's move on to our next demonstration. So that's using the lovely members gift. Please don't miss out. It is truly an amazing stamp. I've designed it, I've drawn it. It's all my own work, and I just know you'll make something amazing with it. I just know it. So we'll just move that to one side. Before we do crack on to our next demonstration, I just want to tell you that the 2 cards that I make today, I will be giving away as a Facebook giveaway. So after the show, I'll pop the pictures of the cards that I've made onto the Facebook page. And if you want to comment, I will pick a name out and one person will win the 2 cards that I've made in show. I think this is a really, really good idea, and I think it's nice that people be able to get the physical cards in their hand and have a really good look at how things work. So that's that. So let's move on. So the next one I'm going to demonstrate is the A6 one, the smaller one, which is this one. So what I have here is a circular piece of cardstock, which I've die cut ahead of time. I'm just going to get my Eureka. Pop it in my Eureka. And I am going to stamp. You'll be able to see how lovely this stamp is when it stamps out. Just going to pop it face down on my artwork. I'm just going to stamp this one out in black ink again. I'm just going to hold it in place here. And again, I'm going to do it in black ink. So same ink pad, because this is going to be watercoloured also. So this is quite a detailed stamp. Hopefully it'll stamp in one go. Move that. So it looks like somebody's tuning in from Texas, which is amazing. Texas? What's all that about? Is it nice and warm, maybe? Thank you so much for tuning in. That's just made my evening as that. So I hope you're learning something or getting a little bit of inspiration. So stamp one. So we'll just repeat stamp so it pops from the page so you can all see how amazing it is. There we go, can you all see that one? So it can be in varying ways. You can have it sat like that, you can have it sat looking down, or you can have it to the left. I prefer it this way. That's the way that I drew it, so, you know. Right, so let's just clean this one off. So going back to the technique that I just said about leaving white spaces onto the members gift. We're going to do the same concept with this one. So let's just get some. So I'm going to use, I've done that one in a different colour. So we'll do this one in the aqua colour. So again, it's a water-based pen. Use what you've got in your stash. The Tim Holtz ones work fabulous, you know, some WH Smith, some inexpensive ones, they will all do exactly the same thing. So I'm just going to do what I showed you earlier, and that is I'm just going to go from the centre out. Like so. And I would do that on, what I do is I do it in a few of the petals. And then I drag them all out with the water at the same time. And again, this is not watercolour cardstock, this is just general white cardstock, 250 GSM, but because I know I'm not flooding it, it should be absolutely fine. So I'm not going to do it all. So again, clean clear water on your brush, and I'm just going to drag, but I'm not going to take it right to the tip. I am going to leave white spaces. So it's pretty quick to do. You know, if you overthink, you will just frustrate yourself. So just go for it. And again, stamp it out. If it's frustrating you slightly, which sometimes it does, I understand that. Why don't you stamp it out a few times and then try leaving more white spaces every time you do it. So that's that. So I'll just do a few more. So I'm just colouring at the nape of each petal. So the flowers are always darker from the centre towards the outside because the petals above would cast a shadow. So that's where you would put your colour, and then you drag out with your brush. I'm not loading my brush with any more water, just dragging. And you would repeat the process and you would end up with a beautiful looking flower. So ahead of time, I did one in pink. Just grab it. You can see it. There we go. So this is one I did ahead of time before coming to air, and this is one I've just completed. So I will complete it, but you will obviously, whoever for the Facebook page, I will construct the card. So let's just clear the station. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use this lovely sentiment, which is one of my favourite sentiments of all time. I'm just going to pop this in here like so. Just going to hold it in place, and I'm going to use Flowers for You. It's a huge sentiment. It houses the whole lower part of the stamp set. I'm just going to place it face down across the bottom here. Hold my artwork in place. And I'm just going to, because I'm going to do heat embossing, I've got an anti-static bag. It gets rid of any moisture in the card, stops fingerprints, keeps my artwork nice. It's moving around. Just put that back in position. There we go. So, like so. Just make sure it's still lined up neatly. That's fine. So I'm just going to use the sticky ink pad. This is fab. This is our embossing ink pad. But again, if you've got one at home, please use the one you've got at home, because it would probably be just fine. So I'm going to stamp this twice to ensure it's got a clean, crisp print on there. So I'm going to go for it one more time, just to make sure. And with this one, I'm going to stamp it out in a silver embossing powder. So I'm using the silver that was in the silver limited edition box. If you've got that box, then you've got this embossing powder. And then you should get the beautiful, can you see that, how lovely that is there? So we'll just put that to one side and we'll go ahead and heat set. So when you're heat embossing, always get your gun good and hot, and then you get less of the bend or curl or cockle that we refer to in your cardstock, and just get rid of any little loose pieces of so. There we have, can you see that? Look at that, flowers for you, it's absolutely beautiful. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this mat and laid onto the card. So I'll just clear my station. So I have some pads and I've already gone ahead and created a bit of a backing card. So I'll just put these behind. So if you wanted to create some great dimension, you could double pad if you wanted to. So this is my top folding note card, a bigger one this time, and this is an embossing folder just in white, so you can see, you know, it just looks amazing in the green, pink. And I'm just going to pop this on the top, but I am just going to, again, as I did with the other one, I'm just going to leave the base or the lower part of the card very plain. I'm not going to touch it, but if you at home, you like a bit more on your cards, then, you know, you can put tails, flags, bows, bling. And I'm just looking now, hello from Canada. Wow, some people are tuning in, it's amazing, thank you so much. I'm just going to place, now you could put a black circle behind here, give it a bit more of a lift if you want to, but honestly I'm just going to leave it as is. So there we go, two amazing cards. One with one that is back in stock and one using the brand new members gift, which is available on the 10th. You will get your Create and Craft magazine. There are cards in there for inspiration. You know, please give it a try. And for £2.99 buy your friends one or whatever, but you know, just appreciate it, make the most of it. It's me just basically saying thank you for everybody who supported us over the last 2 years. You know, it's time to give something back. So if it's an A5 stamp set for £2.99, so be it. I know when you get it home you will really appreciate it, love it, and make something amazing. I'll leave you be for the rest of the evening. Enjoy it, whatever you are going to be doing, and I will see you live on Create and Craft tomorrow at 10 and 5. Have a great evening everybody, take care, bye.